charity, wisdom, patience, and humility. Each year, the YMCA of the Kanawha Valley attributes the admonition of St. Francis to an individual in the valley whose life personifies the spirit of giving. The YMCA is proud to pay tribute to this year's Spirit of the Valley recipient, a man whose immeasurable charity, compassion, and leadership are examples to us all. Brooks F. McCabe, Jr. Ask anyone to describe Brooks McCabe, and the first attribute you're likely to hear is visionary. Brooks is a forward thinker who has a passion for making the Kanawha Valley a better place to live, work, and raise a family. He is a man who wears many hats. He's a business owner, broker, state senator, community activist, husband, father, and much more. In each role, he serves with perseverance and a commitment to do his very best. Brooks was born in Charleston, West Virginia on January 19, 1949. He is one of 4 children. He has an older brother, Bill, a younger sister, Maggie, and another brother, John, who was killed in an auto accident several years ago. His parents, Brooks Sr. and Jane, served as great role models. He credits his mother for showing him the value of compassion. Brooks says his father instilled in him the importance of being honest and having a strong work ethic. His father was an independent insurance agent, but he had an interest in commercial real estate. That interest rubbed off on Brooks Jr. School never came easy to Brooks. He attended Mercer Elementary School through 2nd grade. When his family moved to South Hills, he changed schools to Fernbank Elementary. His middle school years were spent at John Adams Junior High. After struggling for years, it wasn't until the end of 9th grade that he was diagnosed with severe dyslexia. His reading and spelling ability was that of a 5th grader. In order to get him the specialized instruction he needed, his family sent Brooks to the Gals School in New York for his final 3 years of high school. It specialized in remedial reading for dyslexic students. Even though school was difficult, it didn't stop him from pursuing a higher education. When it came time for college, this quiet, hard-working student set his sights on the University of Vermont. The university did not require engineering students to take a foreign language. In those days, most colleges required a foreign language, and with his dyslexia, Brooks says there was no way he could have made it through the coursework. The other benefit to selecting the University of Vermont was the nearby ski slopes. While he's been too busy to ski recently, hitting the slopes used to be a big part of his life. While in college, Brooks joined ROTC. Upon graduation, he enlisted in the Army Reserve's Civil Affairs branch. In 1970, Brooks completed his engineering studies and graduated from the University of Vermont with a Bachelor of Science. He stayed at the University of Vermont a couple more years to earn his Master of Education. Then, Brooks returned home to West Virginia and studied at West Virginia University, where he earned his Doctor of Education in 1975. He majored in Education Administration with a concentration in planning and community development. His first job out of college was working in the Governor's Office of Federal State Relations. His duties included community planning and flood recovery. Brooks' hard work earned him the position of State Housing Coordinator and Director of Disaster Recovery under Governor J. Rockefeller. 4 years later, he accepted a sales job at Home Finders, specializing in commercial and investment real estate. This is where he met longtime business partner Rudy Henley. The two were assigned to create a commercial real estate division. They were so successful. In 1980, the duo set out on their own and started McCabe Henley Limited Partnership, a commercial brokerage company that served the state for nearly 30 years.
I think our main interest, or shared interest, has been to do things that are fun and that make a difference. That's ended up being a lot of perhaps very complicated projects, sometimes often difficult, but we've always been able to sort of have a mutual vision and a trust. So the trust part has made it very easy for us to do things and not really have to look over each other's shoulder or worry about what the other party's doing.
Rudy and Brooks now have separate business interests. Brooks is the managing member and broker of West Virginia Commercial, LLC. In 2009, West Virginia Commercial acquired the brokerage and property management business from McCabe Henley Limited Partnership. Brooks is also involved with McCabe Land Company Limited Partnership, a family company that's active in commercial real estate, land, and mineral interests within the state. Family is very important to Brooks. He met his wife Barbara, whom he calls Barbie, soon after he graduated college. They met while working together at the Governor's Office of Federal State Relations. The couple was married on May 6, 1978. Brooks jokes and says his wife picked the wedding date 5/6/78 so it would be easy for him to remember. They were married at the family home on Staunton Road in Charleston, the same beautiful place at which Brooks' parents were united in 1946. Built in 1915, it's surrounded by a couple of acres. Now home to Brooks and Barbie, it may well have been what stirred Brooks' interest in renovating and restoring historic properties. Brooks and Barbie have one daughter, Catherine Jane, or Katie. Last year, she married Chris Swart at the McCabe family home. In addition to spending time with his family and forging a career of excellence, Brooks is a West Virginia state senator. He was first elected in 1998. He currently serves as vice chair of the Senate Finance Committee and is a member of the Senate Committees on Banking and Insurance, Economic Development, Natural Resources, Pensions, and Government Organization. Brooks first ran for office, he says, because he saw the state drifting and not being aggressive enough to improve the economy. He's an active supporter of downtown revitalization. He strongly supports the National Trust for Historic Preservation and its Main Street program.
His personality is one of an eternal optimist who sees the good in a project, a good in people, and does not get bogged down by negativity.
Brooks has served on many boards, including the Chemical Alliance Zone, Charleston Area Medical Center, West Virginia State College Foundation, the University of Vermont, and his alma mater, the Gow School. In addition, he is a member of several professional associations. His hard work has not gone unnoticed. He has a long list of development and professional awards, including the 2009 Special Places Individual Award, presented to him by the West Virginia Land Trust. McCabe has worked tirelessly in the public policy arena in support of land conservation and the environment. He's known for spearheading movements that are business-friendly and improve education.
Downtown, as we now have it, without the combination of Brooks and the then Charleston Renaissance, just would not look like it looks today. And in particular, you have to have somebody who has the courage to take buildings and renovate them and make them useful buildings. And Brooks has done that. So that if you drive down through Capitol Street or anywhere in Charleston, you become aware of Brooks's influence just through business.
Ironically, the boy who had difficulty reading grew up to be an avid reader and leader in the community. Brooks leads by example, and his friends and colleagues say you should never underestimate him. His careful, strategic decisions have helped shape the Kanawha Valley into a better place to live, learn, and work. The YMCA and the Kanawha Valley salute Senator Brooks F. McCabe, Jr., a man whose selfless contributions are examples to us all.